Eminem, one of the greatest rappers of all time, which isn't even up for debate, is so big that he can sell anything. He can make an album like Coup de Grace and shit out 200,000 plus album sales first week. With a decorated discography containing songs like Cleaning Out My Closet, White America, Mockingbird, Spacebound, The Way I Am, along with songs like Come On Everybody, Houdini, Toby, Greatest, and a few other stinkers. Relapse, Eminem's worst album of all time, sold 610K first week. Maximum Motion even for that stinker. Back when you actually had to purchase albums in store. Holy. So even with the album being Omega Dookie Water, it still sold a massive amount. But let me say before I continue that there are a few outliers on the album. Like Beautiful, Maybe My Mom, and some other skits, but that's pretty much about it. Some of the talking points on the album include, but are not limited to, becoming a serial killer after escaping from rehab, getting essayed by a stepdad and babysitter, hopefully your shock value did not actually happen to him, playing ping pong with someone's eyes after he cut it out, playing ping pong with his penis, kicking puppies, and performing a home abortion, along with a bunch of other topics. Now, if you listen to his other stuff, you already know that it's not much of a stretch for him to make an album like this, right? Especially since he made Kim, a song about killing his wife with his daughter Haley, Come On Everybody, Amityville, which is a song that definitely existed because of Bizarre, and a few other songs. The thing is with these albums, even with Encore, widely regarded as either his first or second worst album, this wasn't like a Relapse at all still. Track 2, 3M. He plays a serial killer that commits mass murder after escaping from some type of asylum or rehab center. Track 3, My Mom, which is all about how shitty and abusive his mom was, along with how he got his drug habits. Now, while this is still a bit of an outlier like the rest of the songs from the album, it still kind of fits in with the theme of the album at least. Track 4, Insane, a fiction song where he accuses his stepfather of essaying him as a child. Once again, fictional as of his words. Track 5, Bagpipes from Baghdad, where he trolls Nick Cannon about Mariah Carey. Track 6, Hello, where he goes to a strip club, takes a bunch of Xannies, drinks a bunch of whiskey, fucks a girl on a period, looks for more drugs, passes out, and gets resuscitated. Track 8, Same Song and Dance, where he acts as a stalker to big female celebrities, kidnaps them, rapes them, and then kills them. Track 10, Medicine Ball, where he just bullies the fuck out of Christopher Reeves, like he does in countless other songs. I think he's still dead now. I'm not sure. Track 12, where his persona describes a bunch of torture fantasies, also regarded as one of his best songs, wordplay and rhyme scheme wise. Track 20, Underground, a bunch of random shit put together, not really a clear picture story, like other songs on the album. Into the, and kidnapping and torture of Hannah Montana, back when Miley Cyrus was 17 of all ages, a lesbian and getting her pregnant, of course, then cutting off her legs when she pleads for her life, along with giving music critics the middle finger, his favorite pose from the 90s and 2000s, right? Just normal stuff. Now, first off, do not get the wrong idea. I'm not saying the album itself is trash. I love M's older music, even the ones that are very big on shock value. I'm talking about the subject material. The rhyme schemes were great, unique flows, great wordplay, and lots of bars that normally wouldn't fit together, and almost any other rapper wouldn't be able to make it fit, right? It's just that most people don't want to normally listen to music about kidnapping people, then essaying them, stalking, committing mass murder, and stuff like that. Now, granted, I will say there is nothing wrong with horrorcore. I honestly think the album would have done much better, and a lot more people would have enjoyed it if it was done in more of a story type of format, like Logic's The Incredible True Story, and been more of a concept album. If everything flowed together well, the story of one song carried into the next, and then maybe, there were, the average singler to which most albums have, it would have been fine. Like an album version of a movie, which would have been super duper cool, and he would have brought back horrorcore. On top of that, there were once again a few outliers on the album, like Beautiful, which is a great song, of course, We Made You, and Crack 'Em. I used to be a much bigger Eminem fan back in like 7th and 8th grade, maybe 6th as well. I liked him so much that I got to a point where in 8th grade English class where we had to write some type of 5-page essay about any type of media. Mostly everyone chose to write about K-pop, mostly the girls, or their favorite shows or favorite movies or whatever. A few other people talked about different rap topics, but one of the songs that I chose to write about were Rock Bottom by Eminem. Still top 5 of my favorite songs by him to this day, somewhere in that top 5. But keep in mind, even though I would have called myself a pretty intelligent kid, I did a lot of stupid shit, and that was my like super duper edgy and cringe phase, where my whole YouTube history back then consisted of Leafy and adult bullying 12-year-olds, Rice Gum, Mr. Did It Feel Good Though to a rape victim that opened up about her situation twice.
I told this dude no, I don't want it, and then like I was like drunk, and then yeah, and so that's why I don't really count that. But
what, he raped you? You got raped?
Yeah, bro. And this dude, he raped like hella people.
What the fuck? No, but did it feel good though?
Mr. Hart R. Bridge, Mr. Repsion, Onision, Filthy Frank, the fat Zionist that used to own Vape Nation, and the British guy that likes furry inflation porn and said the N-word. I genuinely had Vegas, Twisted, Psychopath Killer in my rotation back then. Don't get me wrong, Twisted and Psychopath Killer, great songs. But those aren't songs that you put in your daily fucking rotation. Talking about getting head while taking a shit, sexual assault, and other stuff like that just to be edgy, right? Now, if you couldn't tell, I was a fucking loser back then. And I still didn't even like Relapse back then, even after giving it a genuine listen back in like 2016. Look, even on Eminem's worst music, he's still creative regardless, right? Nobody can deny that. Impressive rhyme schemes, creative flows, thinking of creative ways to put words together that are arguably really fucking hard to do. But even though Relapse had all of that, it just would have been better off as a full hardcore concept album that had some type of movie to go along with it for a rollout. Simple, low budget, and maybe like 30-35 minutes, maybe even 25. Even just for 3am, as a horror movie lover, since I first saw Final Destination at the age of like 6, I literally would have shit my fucking pants if, like I got a chicken wrap crunch supreme from the gas station and not even wipe it off, if there was a movie like that perfectly fit the song's vibe. Probably like Hostel if it was in a confined space and didn't take place over the whole country, but there was just also one killer instead of a syndicate. I genuinely think that would have been a much better idea and would have given it a much better public perception, even by actual M fans. Because I know actual M fans also aren't a big fan of this album too. But, what do you guys think? If there was a short movie to go along with the album, how would you want it to be done? And what were your favorite songs off that album?